Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Greetings from the Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. This is your host, Ramesh Gulati. Today's topic we're going to talk, are you ready for a reliability journey to become a successful, profitable organization? We do right things, we're going to make money, and we'll be successful. Again, if you are just joining, this is Ramesh Gulati, and welcome to our webinar today. And our topic is, are you ready for reliability journey? I have to move my cursor at the right place so I can start. Okay, this is our outline of today. We are talking about safety. You will see I'm very hot on safety because what I've learned over the years, safety and reliability go hand in hand. As you become reliable, you become safer, or vice versa. We can talk a little bit introduction, what some of our current issues are. We can do a quick knowledge assessment where you are in your knowledge, understanding of reliability. We will define a few terms. Then we can talk also reliability improvement, best practices, some roadmap, and how to sustain improvements and conclusion. As I said, safety. Usually I ask you guys, attendees, to talk about safety, but due to large people signed up, so let me share you my thought on this safety. And I look what's happening in the past. That's what past incident we can learn from there. So one incident which particularly I'm going to talk is over 30 years ago, Piper Alpha disaster happened North Sea. 167 people died there. That time it costed about $3.4 billion damage. As usual, when you have such a large accident, large amount of losses and all these, there's a lot of investigation goes on and some books are written. Okay. So this is kind of an explosion happened and there were a lot of issues, operation maintenance related, which caused the problem, which caused this incident. And there was a book written, The Alpha Fire in the Night, the Piper Alpha Disaster. And some of the books said, investigations brought few things which really caught my eye. If you look over, lack of proper procedure, lockout, tagout, inadequate communication, flaws in design, misguided management priority, production takes over safety, human errors, lack of training. If you think about all these things are happening even today. So really, are we learning from these accidents, incidents happen over the years? Are we doing some of those or not? Really, no. And that's really bothers me. Or yeah, that we are not. There's incident after that keep happening. These incidents, and we are losing productivity, people, all kind of things are happening. Well, guys, we have to start learning from all these mistakes, something what we did, and get better. So that's a lesson learned to me is, hey, something happened, let's learn what happened there and correct those problems. But we don't. And that's a tragedy. As I said, safe plan is a reliable plan. Reliable plan is safe plan. My friend, another industry guru, Ron Moore, has done lots more work on safety and reliability analysis, and he shows data. And my own experience working almost 60 plus years in the industry is, hey, as you become reliable, your risk goes up, your injury rate goes down, kind of thing. Okay. And there's a direct relationship between reliability, safety, and productivity. Reliability goes up, safety goes down, downtime events goes down, you become more productive, more profitable, faster. A little bit about me, I've been in industry from a long, long time. Way back I started. This is my background. Uh, yes, in my spare time, I wrote a few books to share my knowledge. I'm I'm working with ReliabilityX, part of ReliabilityX, and I'm proud to be part of this small organization. This is again something I've been in industry many places, supporting professional societies, all those kind of things. I've been doing it. Okay. I've been CMRP a year, blah blah blah. Okay. This is our ReliabilityX aware what we do. Small company, but complete solution provider. What's happening? Are our assets crucial in delivering value to our customers? Many times we forget, yes, these equipment assets are make things happen. They help us to produce something or provide a service. If you go to a restaurant or any place where they do the servicing, they use equipment to make things happen. Same thing in the plant, factory. Those equipment assets are very important, crucial. And also we have learned data indicates that many organizations reliability improvement projects fail to produce desired results. It's true. 60-70% of projects are overcost, not overcast. Sorry, that didn't catch it. Have late delivery, schedule delays, high failure rates, don't deliver desired results. And some of the reasons for not producing desired results because our requirements are not clear. They're vague. Lack of involvement of right people, especially operational maintenance people. Lack of change management, training. We're going to talk about that a lot today. Improvements or change, and people need to understand that change, why they're making this change. Need to have good understanding. We're going to talk about some of those, etc. Those are kind of things, the big list, but these are just few. With that little bit background, let's see where you are in this your journey or where how much you know about reliability and maintenance. Uh, Due to a lot of people online, so we could not give you individually. So just keep a picture, try to write down your answer. Is maintainability measured by PM schedule compliance? Number two, best way to improve reliability is with a maintenance plan, true or false? Three, the best method of measuring the reliability asset is by MTTR, MTBF, OE. Which one? Acquisition cost from an asset is what? Less than 25%, about 50%, more than 50%, or when the most of the maintenance and operation cost gets fixed. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9. These are six. Which phase of asset life cycle has the highest cost? 7. RCM provides the best results when used during operation, during design, after assets fail or keep failing. Reliability is one of the component OE calculation. FME is applicable only to asset currently in use, and intent of asset management system is reduce PM tasks, minimize failures, maximize value realization, none of above. Okay, let's look at the answer. You can compare with that answer. So let's see. Assessing reliability, maintainability is measured by PM schedule compliance. False. Maintainability is ease of maintenance. It has nothing to do with PM schedule compliance. Best way to improve reliability is with a maintenance plan, and false too. Because maintenance, what we do, just sustain the reliability. It does not improve. For improving, you have to do some modification or redesign to speak. Best method of measuring reliability is just by knowing MTBF, mean time between failure. Because what happens, reliability is given to E to lambda T. Lambda is your failure rate, T is your time. And MTBF and failure rate is 1 over MTBF. The acquisition cost of an asset is what? It's a less than 25% usually. It changes, but yes, about 20-25%. In some cases, maybe 30%, but that's a very, very unique asset, especially design asset or something. When most of the maintenance and operation cost gets fixed during design phase. Let's go to number 6. Which phase of asset lifecycle has highest cost? The OM, the useful phase. That's what we make money. Operation and maintenance phase. RCM provides the best result when used during design phase. That's what we should be doing, RCM analysis during design. Reliability is one of the component OEE. I don't know how many of you know what OEE, overall equipment effectiveness calculation. OEE is, that's a false, because OEE is availability and performance times quality. FME is applicable only to assets currently used. That's false. It could be used any time. Okay. FMEA can be used anytime in your asset lives. Intent of asset management is to maximize value realization. Okay. With that, I have just a question. I don't know whether this person, whoever that person is, do you know this person who applied a unique technique for the first time and won an international award, a gold medal for doing that? He is a politician, could be, or educator, athlete, or scientist. I don't know how many of you know. Again, I could not do the poll right now, but this is he is a athlete. If you don't know, in 1968 Summer Olympic, Dick Fosbury used a different technique, going backwards on the high jump, and that flop is known as a Fosbury flop, a best practice. Okay? He did not use the standard practice going in the front, but he did backward, and that became a unique practice, a best practice. So now let me go some terms and definition quickly, and because some of the terms I always want to give people understanding when we are talking what that means. Asset, equipment, machineries, system, software, something which an organization owns has a value. That's ISO kind of definition. It creates a value, could be physical, non-physical, tangible, non-tangible, and this asset has to be taken care of. Maintenance, upkeep of assets. So it keeps producing or functioning to provide a service. Somehow the maintenance give a negative connotation. I'm a maintenance guy. Started my career in maintenance engineer way, way back. And boy, somehow the impression maintenance guy or they respect they don't get it. So I'm suggesting, I've been preaching that we should be calling maintenance guy as a capacity insurance people. Reliability, keep providing functions satisfactorily as designed, peace of mind in my mind. Really, what we are talking is minimum failure, breakdown. Safety, asset is safe to operate and maintain. And then OSHA, injury rate are kind of one measurement metric we use a lot. Productivity, measure efficiency, throughput from asset system meeting needs as designed. Best practice, as I talked to you earlier, a method or technique or process that is more effective delivering a desired outcome than any other method, technique, or process. OE, overall equipment effectiveness, a key metric used in production. Mostly that's metric is used in most of the manufacturing process. OE. Planned work. So what tests that go through the planning process, it costs less than the breakdown work. There are one major PM scheduling compliance. Higher compliance rate means more PMs are done on time. These are some key terms we should be aware or understand what those mean. As I said, best practice we are talking that a technique, method, process that is effective in delivering desired outcome. Some examples of best practices we should be using. These are just few examples like planning and scheduling, and that percentage plan work, percentage scheduling compliance, percentage of PM compliance work, condition-based maintenance, CMMS implementation, defect elimination, RCM PM optimization, upskilling. Percent people are certified in certain whatever is trade they are doing, CMRP, CRL, all these kind of certifications. I mean, again, that's to ensure people are com- they are competent to do the things what they are. Designing for reliability, building a reliability culture, change management. These are kind of a few examples of best practices we should be deploying. Okay, we're going to do a poll question here. Have you done a reliability asset management improvement project recently? Yes, no, in planning. AJ, will you run that, please? You're going to see the poll now. AJ, you're done? AJ, how's the poll coming? You done? Okay. It's in the chat box. I think that's what he's telling me. So what's the results, AJ? Okay, so many of you, I don't have a number, many of you said no, you have not done this a project recently. Again, point is that you have done, and next question we're going to have is, where is go? What were your expectation outcome of this reliability improvement project? Was it reduced downtime, reduced maintenance costs, or both, or other, something else? Yeah, my. So that was is the second question. Somehow looks like this process system here is not. Let's see how this. Most have voted both so far. Yes, reduce downtime, reduce maintenance costs, and that's what mostly people, when they do improvement, reliability improvement projects, their goal is to reduce downtime or reduce maintenance costs, or both. So that's what most of you have voted that, and somehow this system does not give me the numbers or chart. I have to see how to do that. Okay, thank you. Okay, way back, about 25, 30 years ago, when we were embarking, I was embarking on a reliability journey. At that time, back in late 80s and 90s, we didn't have a much benchmarking or way of process, what model to use. This was 80 Kearney model came out, and that's what I use for to make a what are the best practices. This is a very busy chart, but it kind of tells me, you have a category of firefighter, controller, innovator, on the right side, the best in class. And then I gave a number one, in a firefighter, you could be in between one and two, and controller one, two, three, four, five. And what I used to do that time was I used to rate where we are and and then start making a progress, how we are doing it. Let's go to my next chart, which kind of a gives you. This was kind of a I was using like X is where we were. I'm talking again, showing you 1986 time frame. I started this journey way before, but those are kind of where we were. Then, as we going, 2003, 2006, I mean, 97, 98, 99, 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we were measuring where we are, assessing our progress. And that's what I was using X. And then you have a green dot where in 2003, and check mark was where that year was 2007, and that I was where industry average was. Point is, I use this process to assess where we are. Like in one case, here in a one, two, three, four practices, in particular 1 year, we went backward. I mean, we took a beating. I know we reorganized and our, process didn't work right, and there were some issues on planning process, and I have to raise them. In fact, my boss got on me, hey, you want me to get fired? Because this was we were showing to top management where we are, how we are making the progress. But eventually we made a mistakes in reorganization, and we had to go back and correct some of those mistakes. So it could happen so many times you are making progress and then something you changed and didn't work out and you had to go back and backward. But as long as you recognize that, hey, yes, there was a mistake, and take a corrective action, you go back. Again, point is, these are best practices assessment. You have to find out what are different kind of best practice you want to implement and where you are, and use this model. You can use SMRP model or some other models. You can ISO 55000 model to make the improvements. You can do those. Third poll question. Why do you think the reliability improvement project failed to produce the desired results? AJ, will you run the poll question?
Yep, I currently have it running. They're voting right now.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll let you know when they're done voting, and we'll give it a few more
Okay.
seconds.
Okay.
So far, it looks like
AJ,
both A and B are the answers.
okay, don't they give a
Okay, don't they
chart?
give a chart?
So they give you a percentage. So far, 76
Okay.
have have voted both A and B.
Okay.
Give it a few more seconds and then I'll publish the result and tell you. So 16% of people said lack of buy-in from management,
Okay.
4% said lack of buy-in from the workforce, and 80% said both A and B. 0% said other.
Okay. I think that's right. Most of is A and B both together. There's a management buy-in, lack of that, a lack of workforce. And that's a big thing that we have to work. When we are trying to implement our reliability improvement, we have to see the workforce as well as the management. Make sure they have a buy-in, whatever you want to do. Good. Thank you for doing this. And let's see the next one. Okay. So several studies, today's poll kind of shows that many major reliability assessment related improvement initiatives fail to provide desired result because they either they cost too much and or they're late in completion. The expected returns benefit don't meet the expectations. They don't, they don't get there. And there are many instances, and uh, I've seen or I've visited many companies, and they are awesome. And some of the reasons for failures of these improvement projects are lack of buy-in, which you told me, high expectations, unexpected technical challenge. Also, what I found is many times we want to use the newest and latest technology. Great, we want to use it, but sometimes they're unproven, and there are a lot of failure can happen there, and that's kind of a. And the very important thing is not having the right culture, right mindset of your people who are be impacted with that change. And unproven technology, that's what technical challenges comes in the picture too. Some facts. Best practices are improvement, and improvements are change. And change are not easy to implement because it requires stakeholders, acceptance, or involvement. If people who are going to be impacted are not involved, they're scared. And they don't want to make a change, right? Because unless until they feel that that change, whatever improvement we're trying to bring, will make their life easier and better. And it also depends upon your organizational culture, reliability culture. Something about change. Change, we need to manage that change. Change is constant and it takes time. Change is the characteristics of healthy organization. It makes organization more competitive. Now, if you don't make a change, improvement, you will be left alone. You'll be out of the game. So we have to create an environment where change, improvements take place without a fear, frustration. Gandhi said, Mahatma Gandhi, if be the change you want to see in the world. You have to change yourself. Think about if that change happened to you, what you going to do? Are you going to accept? What's good for you for to make that change? Some of the things we could do overcoming resistance change is listen and communicate. We need to be listening, communicating, create awareness, educate and train to create understanding, get team members involved, let them see the success, empower team management to make some changes, tailor the process to suit how the process is, whatever changes you're trying to bring. It's not always the biggest or the strongest that will survive. The person who will survive do better, who can able to change and adapt to new environment. You know, managing change, getting ready, and implementing improvements. We need to create a compelling reason for a change. Why change is necessary? Kind of a burning platform, something really why we need to make a change. And with them, what's in for me? Why should I make a change? What's how it's going to make my life easier? This change improvement we try to make. If it's with them, it's not for me. Why should I change? I won't change. I'll go back to my old habits, and that's important. We have to communicate strategy and plan to our people. We need to educate, train our employees. We need to firstly change process. We need to measure results, how we are doing it, and make adjustment as needed. Keep reinforcing good behavior. You know, other day I was doing another seminar, and the question came: reliability leader and heroes. If we keep encouraging the failures, we're going to bring these. We are making heroes who are ready to repair the thing, not looking how to minimize those failures so failure don't happen again. They're just fixing guys and we make them heroes. We need to make reliability leaders. So I think again a reinforcing good behavior and challenge the bad behavior. And we have to create a culture, stable reliability culture where everyone is involved in creating a reliability culture. Culture is not an initiative. Culture is an enabler in all initiative. We need to sustain improvements with the right culture. Creating a sustainable culture requires continuous improvement, education, training, engaging people, building the teams, focus on alignment, be proactive. Again, I would say reliability and creating a culture, making improvements, it's a journey. It takes time. It's not never ending. It's not a program which has end date. It's a journey, long time journey. And results sometimes reliability it takes time to see the results. Many times our management is getting they want uh, a quick results. You know, I want hey see, and you may not see that. So it's kind of a you have to educate your management as well as your workforce. Both sides we have to bring up them and have a good understanding what we try to do and what's the impact going to be, who will be impacted with that change, and everyone what their role would be. So I mean you have to look all those things anytime you want to make improvement. Who will be impacted? What kind of information they need? What kind of data should they should have it? And how it's going to impact their life, whatever they are doing it, is it going to make their life easier with this change? Huh. This is a kind of a busy chart again, and this is a kind of a hey, don't fix it to reactive to plan to predictive to proactive to strategic. You know, you have to go in steps, and on the way you have to fix. You know, things you have to get out from reactive mode. Many companies I've been doing surveys and talking to people. My own company I have worked with so many years, and there's some most of people are reactive mode. We are fighting the fires all the time. We have to get out from that mode. We have to do some planned more, not some, we have to do more planned work which costs less and also get more productive and proactive and start thinking. And we have to apply asset management philosophy. You know, like I have a book of 10 rights of asset management. We have to look the whole asset life cycle. Most of our problem, which we see in operation maintenance, it starts before asset gets in the floor, in during design, in our specification, design, our build-up process, installation, commissioning. That's if we fix that, do right, then we have less problem in the operation maintenance mode. But many times, to cut the corner, we cut the cost at wrong places. We don't train our people, operational maintenance people. We cut in corners in putting safety in our design. We say, hey, no, we don't have money left. We have so much money. And again, what I learned also, we have to educate our, when we say top management, financial people also, our procurement people. Hey, let's buy our components, spares, all these for the best value, not the cheapest. Because when cost cutting comes, let's buy the cheapest one. Then we pay the price during O&M phase, operation maintenance phase. Same thing in a financial. They say no, we don't have money for this. Then, but we have money to fix later on those challenges. So, in conclusion, best practices are improvements, and improvements are change. Change are difficult to implement. It requires stakeholders, especially O&M personnel, to be involved execution of best practice. Again, I said O&M, but we need to be really in a asset. Stakeholders are many, many stakeholders. You cannot forget the designer, the capital project manager, the buyers, the who builds our assets, and then installation, commissioning process. Those are important. Then operational maintenance people. An effective implementation requires a new mindset, a culture of excellence, reliability culture. Organizations with a strong reliability culture achieve high results because employees sustain focus both on what to do and how to do things. Sustain reliability culture. The reliability maintenance leader in any organization must continue to provide the right tools, training, and education to both operator, maintainer, designers, procurement, store people, financial people together as a team. They need to ensure that workforce always on current knowledge of best practices. Teamwork. They have focused on the right goals for business success. They have planning to create roadmap for knowing where they are, where they want to be. The process, the documentation, awareness and discipline. Measurements to provide feedback control to ensure that the leadership, continue to support the continuous improvement environment, are creating a conducive, sustainable culture. And it's not easy. It takes time and effort. We have many other best practices seminars are coming on the way. You will have more information later on the. This is just a shopping list we have, and we'll be putting something on the website soon. And when those will be done, just my information. You want to get hold of me, Ramesh.Gulati at ReliabilityX.com or ask at ReliabilityX.com, and try to answer. I'm also on LinkedIn, and many times I try to. I don't go every day, but whenever I get time, few times in a week, I go and answer those questions. Think that's what almost there. I got a. Oh, I'm Har Mahatma Gandhi. Future depends on what we do today. So don't wait. Do something. Okay. With that, is there any question? AJ, is there any question have or maybe time is
No, so there's not an active Q&A just because of the amount of attendees. However, I did have them, if they had any questions, they could email. We didn't receive any, but I mean, if there's anything that you want to add before we end the webinar,
okay.
then you have
All
a
right.
moment.
Well, again, we had a lot of attendees as a result, which kind of a we didn't put chat box open it, but well, again, I think improvements are very very important, and improvements are not easy to implement. improvements or best practices are they're not easy to implement. Always we have to think who will get impacted with that change, with the improvement. How they're going to feel it. Is their life going to be easier with this change? Now, you have to think now again, improvement best practices. It could be anything. Implementing a CMMS system, setting up your planning process or scheduling process, percent planned work, all those kinds of improvements. Looking into asset management, educating your design engineers, your working with the capital project managers, getting your workforce, providing the right training, what they need to be, so all new machines are coming and how you're going to train your people. So all these are kind of improvements, and I've done it. It takes a lot of effort and time to do that, but don't get frustrated. A lot of time you may not have money, but you have to wait. You have to keep working, putting your strategy together, and getting people involved, and bet you will succeed. Yes, there are a lot of challenges, obstacles along the way, but don't get bogged down with those challenges, make them a challenge and do it. Okay. And as I said, hey, uh, this for short 40, 50 minutes, 45 minutes kind of. I wanted to give you something so you have it and send us a note and we can, you can download. I think you're going to download this presentation and if we can help you, let me know. AJ, anything you have to add?
No, I don't have anything, but actually before we go, so for everyone who's been in attendance, as I said, if you do have any questions, you can email Ramesh or ask@reliabilityx.com. And I'm gonna also send everybody a copy of this webinar if you need to refer to it.
Okay. Oh, there's a one raised hand. Ahmad, is you are in listen mode only? How I can make it to you? AJ, can we? Okay. They're in listen only mode.
I can allow them, so they'll have to be able to talk. They can't submit a chat, but if you want to answer their questions, I would have to enable it for them to be able to. So that's up to you.
Yeah, let's do it. We got a couple of minutes. At least let's get one question here from Ahmad or Salha.
Okay, I allowed Sala to be able to
So,
speak, but they're muted.
Do you hear me?
okay. Yes.
Do you hear me? First of all, thank you for this interesting presentation about reliability. I am Shukran Salahdin. I am from Morocco, and especially I am working with OCP
Okay.
Group. Mr. Ramesh, you are having the opportunity to intervene, I think, with OCP people in some training. So thank you very much. My question is, we did a lot of effort to improve our manner to do the maintenance, and especially to move to this level of reliability based centered maintenance. We are doing a lot of effort. My question is that it's only question of when we are talking about change, it's not only we cannot do this change separately with production people, productions managers, and I think it's a project that we have to do together. I mean, productions and maintenance.
You
What do you think? Thank you.
Yes, you are right. Again, hey, any change you want to make, in maintenance operation, both will be impacted. Operation and maintenance work together as a team. They cannot be separated. Okay, and there is a data showing that operation people, 40% of problem come from the operation because either they're not trained or they are doing something which they didn't know it. Nobody trained them. All these kinds of. Yes, you are right. And again, you have to see what change improvement you're trying to make. Is it impact production? Yes, many times it does. And you have to, and many times the operator, there's a first line of defense. They are there on the machine or asset all the time. They know, they can listen, they can feel it, they can smell it. Hey, what's going on in the machine? And they should alert maintenance people, hey, this is what is happening. So they are part of the team operation people. Absolutely right. Okay.
It was yes, I agree, and also it's because most of time productions people are more focused on goals of productions in terms of
Yes.
capacity, and it's not allowed to maintenance people to respect their maintenance plan, and sometimes we need to stop some pumps, for example, for doing some overhauling, and but due to this pressure that production people are having to reach their goals of terms of capacity productions, so they don't allow to maintenance people to respect their maintenance plan, and that's why I said it must be a journey and a project that both maintenance and production have to get to
Ye-
be on and to make all their efforts to go at this shared goal. This is and
You are
thank you
right,
very much.
100%. You are 100% right, and that's the reason we should be deploying total predictive maintenance (TPM) principles, which says that operation and maintenance are together working, and uh, that's I mean should be done. All and management has to take a lead in this, making that happen. They could not be a separate entity in working in their own silos. They have to work together. Okay. By the way, I was in Safia, Morocco, a few years ago. Did a training at one of the couple of plants over there. Okay. Hey guys, thank you very much. We are out of time now, and so we're going to close it. And if you have more questions, just shoot me email or ask her at reliability.x.com, and uh, uh, and I'll do that. Answer those questions. Okay. And thank you very much for joining us today. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.